Karyn Bryant for MMA Heat. I'm here with one of my favorite people to interview, Mr. Pat Barry. Pat, we were out last night. I know you love Vegas. This is your town, isn't it?
It is not. I don't know how anyone here isn't sick all the time. Walking back to my room last night, I see a group of very good-looking young ladies in dresses and all made up coming out of the ladies' room barefoot.
Oh, God, no.
Barefoot, no shoes. And I see dudes looking at them going, ooh, man, yeah. I was like, what, man? They are all HIV positive. Like, they're barefoot in the ladies' room in Vegas.
Well, it's because the chicks wear the heels that they can't really walk in, so they're like this, and then after a little while, then they just take them off.
Yo, man, that's barefoot. And they didn't, I was understanding if maybe you use your toes to ball up some paper towels and walk, but they barefoot coming out of the ladies' room in a casino in Las Vegas. No, thank you.
No, thank you. Well, we were out last night with you and Rose, and it's funny because you guys, I know we were at a party, and there was a man there. I think you guys, this is a kind of an inside story, but there was a guy there with a certain look that you think you might bite that look. It was you.
I need to develop about 11 more abs before I can do this. But this guy walked in, long sleeve, button-down shirt, in every 10 minutes, button came open, button all the way down to the very last button, thinking maybe the last button is going to come off, but it didn't. It started coming off of his shoulders, and he had a beautiful tan and a big-ass gold chain that went all the way down to his belly button, and he looked like as if he was coming out of the water like, yeah, sunlight. Like it was all night. I was just sitting there staring. I wanted to tear his pocket off his shirt.
But this is the thing. You guys have a good, we're making light of the fact that
Was this? Wait.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't him.
We're making light of the fact that you're hanging around here, but do you like to fight in Vegas? Is it, in terms of coming here, because we're here for 156, obviously, it's a great city for the fighting. Do you enjoy it?
You know what, the fights that are here in Vegas, other than the fact that the Vegas climate is a little bit different, so if you throw 3 punches, you're going to have an asthma attack, it's just a pinch different. I don't know if it's because it's dry out here or not. But
that really affects you differently?
Oh, Lord. I told them, if something happens in a heavyweight fight, if somebody needs to pull out, put me in, I'm the man, Pat. But I jogged from the elevator to here, and almost, I told him, I was like, if something happens, don't call me. You can't count on me, not right now, but it's a little arid out here. But being in Las Vegas, this is where it's at. This is like, the fights are going to be fights everywhere. People are going to love it, but something about fighting in the UFC in Las Vegas is different.
I think so. Now let's talk about your last victory over Shane Del Rosario. How'd that feel to you?
I'm always going to be the underdog. It's a fact. People, I'm so little. It's always going to be like that. And I've got the ground game is my weakness. Now, I've got also a ridiculous fight record, win, lose. So coming into that one, spending 4 minutes on the ground with this guy who finishes everybody, 11 wins, 11 finishes, 3 of them are submissions, 8 knockouts, to spend 4 minutes on the ground with him and then to get up and to have survived multiple arm bars and rear naked chokes and this and that, and the stand-up is like, you know what, I really am getting better at this. This is really happening. Besides the fact that when we hit the ground, I could hear people in the crowd going, oh, man, this is fucking Barry. Oh, man, look at this dude again. I could hear the doubt in the crowd. Then to stand up and to see the look on his face that, wow, I can't believe Pat made it. And for me to get up like, holy, wow, I really made it out of that. That was a ridiculously big fight. That was a big fight, a big win, everything. Because every fight's the next big fight, but that one in particular was great. So
let's talk about that, though. The win-loss. Do you remember looking back now that there were things in camp before the ones that you didn't win that you kind of went, all right, this camp wasn't great, or I didn't do this right, or didn't work on this enough, or you know what I mean? Can you tell the difference?
Well, there's always going to be a pattern of things. Of course, it could always be better. No matter what you do, things could always be better. There's always going to be things to work on. But really, when it comes down to it, a lot of it has to do with just what Pat is going to wake up that morning. What Pat Barry is going to wake up that morning. And there have been fights that I've had here in the UFC with him. Day of the fight, I wake up like, oh, man, you know what? Today is not it. I'll kick your ass tomorrow. But today, on Saturday, the day is not the day. So the training it's just a bunch of fine tuning. It's just more and more time. I'm sure you get better at this. The more you do interviews, the better you get at it. And I'm learning as I'm going along.
Well, I know a lot of guys start using a mental coach when they feel that, so that they make sure that they are mentally in the right place on the right day.
Yeah, I've got yes, but even within, it really is just keeping your fingers crossed. because you can program it and you can do it as much as you possibly make it. You want to get it as fine-tuned as possible, but sometimes I've woken up on days where I would get up on Saturday and I'm thinking, if we fight right now, I'll kill anybody. But by the time Saturday night comes around, something's just not there. Something's just not there. My nose starts running. I've got a feel. I don't know, like just something.
Right.
And because it's a fight, anything for me personally, not everybody, but if anything seems to go wrong, it's like, oh man, I can't do it. It can't be done. I bit my nail too low. I don't know how I'm gonna have this fight. So I mean, it always is. It really is a keep your fingers crossed, and hopefully you peak exactly when you're supposed to at 7:15 p.m. Saturday night.
Well, and you are an emotional guy too, so I mean that
In a manly way. All right, go.
But I know that it's easy for us to say on the outside, is like, hey, just take the emotion out of it. But you that emotion is the same thing that's a positive for you as it is a negative sometimes.
Right. I mean, and that's the coin toss. You know, you flip, you don't know which one is going to be. But I don't know. I'm a very conscious fighter. I'm a conscious athlete. I'm a conscious person. Period. Like I can see everything that's happening over there right now. That dude's videotaping, and he's not supposed to be. You know, I can see it all as we're doing this. But while I'm fighting, I need that positive emotion, the negative emotion. That's something that I require in order to be able to perform. I don't turn it off. I'm not a zombie.
Well, there was a good video of you cornering your girlfriend Rose recently. How much does dating another fighter affect you? How's it made you better? How's it stressed you out?
All around, it's kind of like in Hollywood. Actors date actors because she knows my lifestyle, and the more she does it, the better she grows. The more she's starting to see what it is that I go through on a regular basis. So, like even being here at this event with all the media that we're doing, she's starting to be able to recognize when I walk in with this face. Man, like now she knows why versus just taking my word for it. And I'm learning a lot about myself just watching her, the ups and downs that she goes through. Like I can see her going through things and I can point out, oh wow, like that makes sense. This is what I'm feeling. This is what you're feeling. Like this, I'm learning more about me on this ride with her. I think it's all around great. I mean, we're the same person. It's spectacular.
Except she's weighs about as much as your leg, right?
This is true. She is 19 pounds of pure dynamite.
And last question: Do you get bothered ever by the people that because I'm guessing people come up to you and say this because people are dumb, but sometimes people are like, man, why didn't you just jump on Crow Cop and finish him?
No, I get that all the time. People tell me, dude, if you just would have kicked him in the head, you would have won. And I'm like, well. No shit. Like, yeah. If I just would have won, you know, then I would have won. Like, it's all the time. I have a guy walks up to me and says, dude, oh my God, you're so great. I think you threw that fight with Crow Cop. Oh. How do you say that? How do you say that to me? Or you know what? Even the people in the Twitter sphere who say, hey, dude, instead of making these 5-second goofy videos, maybe you should be doing jiu-jitsu. Where I have to reply, asshole, I'm in a car driving to practice. I'm sorry. I'm never supposed to have a day. You're not allowed to take a day off. You're not allowed to do anything wrong. No matter what, people are going to hate your guts. I've got a 1-second knockout. My second MMA fight. The ref says fight, pop, in the head, over. And people are still like, your shorts are stupid, man. That was the dumbest haircut I've ever seen. Like, it's just no matter what. Do I get it all the time? Yes. Do I hear it all the time? Yes. My response is why did you say that? What kind of a question is that? Are you thinking before you open your mouth? No, they're not. If you just would have won, you would have just won. It's like, you're right. My fault. That wasn't in the game plan. The game plan was not just get in there and just beat this guy. I'm sorry. I should have put, I'm going to write that down next time. Next time, if I just win, I'll win. Man, that really.
I know. I'm saying this is why I brought it up. But anyway, I want to thank you for taking the time with me today. And please don't ever stop taking the baby pictures in the underwear.
Oh, never. That's going to be. We're going to have a whole new slew of these like appearing out of nowhere. My goal is to run in one door of the octagon and out the other one. I want to streak the UFC. That's a goal. I'm not supposed to say that out loud. Now they're going to be watching for it. But that's all right. If I come down on a bungee cord like here and then buns right back out. I mean, what would be better than in mid-interview with someone after a fight, all of a sudden you see this? Like, what would that just all and just disappear out of nowhere. That would be spectacular. If I can make that happen, that's the goal. That's what I'm looking for.
Pat Barry, you're my hero. Thanks for talking to me.
No problem. Anytime.